Tatum, a guardian voice of the missing. Ricky's going to be a little bit late, but he will be here. I apologize. My dogs are barking downstairs and they're loud. Um, we have a couple active Amber Alerts right now that I'm going to cover tonight. I hope everybody is doing well. It's been a busy week with a lot of cases. Please feel free to let me know that you're here. Not everybody will show up, so if you say something and I say I'm not for sure who you are, just let me know. Hi, Amber. I hope you're doing well. I know that you've been sick and dealing with some stuff, and I'm glad to see you here tonight. It's been a little bit since you've been here, so I'm really excited that you're here tonight. All right, so I am going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, I just actually got done doing it an Amber Alert, so I did get it out to Guardian's page, also to my personal page. I know a lot of people are on my personal page, and then also out on missing person alerts and also the Maryland alert. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is the most active Amber Alert that we have right now. This is Blake Morgan. He's 3 years old. He's 3 foot tall, 25 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He is missing from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Just today, he was last seen wearing a red and blue jacket, a red undershirt, and blue jeans. Blake was an occupant in a stolen brown 2015 Nissan Armada bearing the Maryland tag LEEP 1350. It was stolen by a stranger who was a white or Hispanic adult male. Law enforcement is saying do not take action. Please call 911. The unknown male was wearing a long sleeve gray jacket, white shirt, gray sweatpants, and black Nike shoes. If you have any information regarding Blake's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call 911, or you can also call the Prince George County, Maryland Police Department at 301-352-1259. His NCMEC number is 31102. So if you're out in the Maryland area or anywhere, please be on the lookout for that vehicle and immediately call law enforcement. So hopefully we can get Blake back safe to his loved ones. And Amber says she was in Facebook jail again. I'm happy that I was in Facebook jail once for no reason that I could figure out. So I was glad that I'm out of Facebook jail now. So yeah, please share Blake's flyer. Let's get his information out and get him located. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the second Amber Alert that I have. This is, well, okay. This Amber Alert is Holly Piper. She is missing out of Knoxville, Tennessee. She went missing on February 19th. She is 16 years old, 5'7", 124 pounds. She has black hair and hazel eyes. She is suspected to be with William Duran Ursery. He is 18 years old, 6'2", 175 pounds, brown hair and hazel eyes. Holly was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt and blue sweatpants. And I'm not for sure what William was wearing, but they are believed to be traveled in this 1999 white Dodge Caravan with Tennessee tags BMM 5038, which is pictured. The actual vehicle is pictured below. If you have any information regarding Holly's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call 911 or the Knoxville, Tennessee Police Department at 865-215-7165 or the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation at 800-824-3463. Her NCIC number is M927189104. Her Amber Alert number is 31101. Hopefully we can get Holly located as well. Those are the two current Amber Alerts that are out right now on NCMEC. Like I said, everybody should share. It does not take long for someone to get out of the state that they're in. So the more shares we could get on those two individuals that have Amber Alerts, that would be great. Especially, Blake is only 3 years old. So, and his Amber Alert just came out. So everybody can share that. That would be great. As well as sharing all flyers. I cannot say it enough about how important it is to share a flyer. You never know who it's going to reach or what tip you could have. If you know something, say something. It doesn't matter how small a tip. It could be the last little puzzle piece someone needs to be able to locate someone that is missing. So I encourage everybody to share. If you're on our pages, if you're on missing persons pages, share those flyers because it can be anywhere. Just because it's not in your state doesn't mean that someone hasn't moved that might know something. So definitely share flyers. And I'm not for sure where these two links are from that missing persons alerts are posting, but that might be for the Amber Alert. I'm not for sure. Allison, you're going to have to tell me what those are for. All right. Continuing on. Our next case is out of New York. This is Bilal Asfag. He is missing out of Half Moon, New York on March 16th of 2022. He was 21 years old when he went missing. He's 6'2", 225 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He does have schizophrenia and may need medical attention. He was last seen leaving his home at North Point Apartments on Route 9 in Half Moon, New York. He was wearing a light green hoodie, blue jeans, and red sneakers. If you have any information regarding Bilal's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call New York State Police, Clifton Park at 518-583-7000 or the New York State Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 800-346-3543. His case number is 22-46080CF. So let's get him located and back to where he belongs. Oh, these are links to my flyers. So please share nationwide. Thank you, Allison. I appreciate you sharing that. Okay. This is a case that I share every week. She's also pictured behind me every week. This is Abby Rain Schaefer. She is missing out of Kansas City, Missouri. She was 22 at the time of her disappearance. She is now 23. She went missing on May 23rd of 2022. She's 5'2", 120 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She does have a birthmark on her forehead. She does have her nose, lip, and ears pierced. She has multiple tattoos. Abby went missing from her home around 12:40 p.m. on May 23rd of 2022 when she got into an unknown car with an unknown male who has been sitting outside for over 6 hours prior. She was last seen there in that picture at the bottom on the door camera coming in for her cat. She was last seen wearing that tan crop shirt, black leggings, and Nike sandals. The car and the cat have both been located. Abby's phone had pinged in many places the day of her disappearance, but has had no activity since that day, and there is no activity on her social media. Abby was very consistently always in contact with her loved ones or on social media. Abby was taken to an address in South Kansas City, Missouri, where she was observed entering that address but never exiting. If you have any information regarding Abby's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Missouri Police Sex Crimes and Missing Persons Unit at 816-234-5220 or the Missouri State Highway Patrol Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 866-362-6422. There have been multiple searches for Abby. There was one actually last weekend. And still just out looking for her. So if anybody has any information, I know there's somebody out there that knows something. If you know something and you're too scared to come forward, please contact. You can contact my site. You can contact Ricky's site. There's also anonymous tip lines that you can call. So if you know something, please say something. And that is on any case. Somebody out there knows something on these cases. People do not just disappear and leave their lives behind. So I really encourage, if you know something, say something. You could be anonymous, but just say something, because if this was your loved one that was missing, you would want someone to do the same thing. Many of these families are really struggling because they're missing their loved one and they don't know what has happened to them or where they're at. Um, so please, you know, do the right thing and say something. These are some different links that Allison is sharing. For you guys, if you guys want to have links. You can also go out on Facebook on Guardian Voice of the Missing page. And then I also have a group page. So you guys can go out there and share flyers and stuff. This next case is definitely getting a lot of stuff through Facebook. I had done this flyer when he originally went missing. This is Colin Best, missing out of Las Vegas, Nevada, on January 26th of 2023. He is 26 years old, 5'7", 135 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. He does have his nose and ears pierced, and he does wear glasses. Colin has a tattoo of a cross in the center of his chest, as you can see um, in the picture below. He has tried to cut his tattoos out of his hand and has deep cutting scars on his left forearm, wrist, and hand. He does have a Celtic knot on his left wrist, a lightning bolt surrounded by other tattoos on his left hand. He does have cigarette burn scars on his body. Colin suffers from severe bipolar and autism. He is in a manic state at this point and disorientated. During this state, he may not know his name, how to get home, reach out for help, or the ability to care for himself. This can mean him eating, drinking, or sleeping. He has not had his medication since he has went missing, and without his medication, his psychosis will get worse. Colin has originally left his home, and then he was arrested for disorderly conduct, which could likely be due to his mental state. At the time of his arrest, he did have an active missing persons case. However, he was released by law enforcement at 1 a.m. in downtown Las Vegas over the weekend. They did not contact his mother, who has guardianship of him, until the following Monday. He has not been seen or heard from since. However, there was an update that he was in the Los Angeles area, but there has been no further contact with him. So law enforcement, when they had contact with him, when they first arrested him, they did close out his missing persons report, but he has a new one that is active at this point. He was last seen on January 29, 2023 at 1:40 in the morning near the 300 block of the South Casino Boulevard, Las Vegas, Nevada. He was wearing the red jacket, black and white striped shirt, blue jeans, black shoes with white soles, black socks on the right foot, and a white sock on his left foot, and a gray backpack. The pictures that you see below are those pictures on surveillance. He could possibly had a gray pair of sweats under his jeans. There is a $10,000 reward for information leading to his location. If you have any information regarding Colin's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Las Vegas, Nevada Metropolitan Police Department at 708-828-31111 or 702-382-2907. Like I said, there have been some sightings of him in, I believe, the Los Angeles area. Now, whether he is still there or not, I don't know. And Ricky is in, so I am going to bring Ricky on. Hi, Ricky. How are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Things are freezing up a little bit here. There we go. I hope my computer's doing okay.
Yeah, you're fine. Ricky's been having some issues with his computer, but he's got something in the works, so hopefully he
Yeah.
can get that fixed.
Father, you gonna go eat your food?
All right. So this next case is a case that came to me from a family member. This is Andrea Freeman. She is missing from Anderson, South Carolina on November 8th of 2022. At the time of her disappearance, she was 48. She is now 49. She's between about 5 foot and 5'3" tall, 130 to 145 pounds, auburn hair and blue eyes. She has no tattoos, scars, or piercings. She did leave on foot. She had her ID in a backpack with her at the time, and it is unlike Andrea not to return home or contact her loved ones. If you have any information regarding Andrea's disappearance or know her whereabouts, please call the Anderson County, South Carolina Sheriff's Office at 864 260 4400. Her case number is 22 15642. She is also out on NamUs database MP 98104. One thing that I will say about Andrea's case is she's not getting a lot of time on social media. So I really, I told the family I would really ask you guys if you would please share her flyer and get her circulated and seen more to hopefully get her back home. I know I've seen Arctic Fox did do a YouTube video for her, but really, other than that, there hasn't been much other than what family has shared around. So, again, I encourage you guys to please, please, please share your flyers for these families. It's one of the best ways to get stuff around and their cases to be seen. And Amber says, hi, Ricky.
Whoops. Just got off from work and I'm still wearing my work shirt. So
Yeah. Okay. This is an older case. I just updated his flyer. This is Angel Gilberto. Oh, I don't know how to say his middle name. Quintana. He is missing on a Broken Arrow, Oklahoma on September 27th of 2022. He's 14 years old, 5'11", 169 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Angel's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Broken Arrow, Oklahoma Police Department at 918-259-8400. NCMEC 800-843-5678. All of his case numbers are down there on the flyer, and he is also in NamUs. For anybody that is joining the show and you haven't been on the show before, Red Alert or the red handprints is for Indigenous persons. That is something that I definitely have a passion for, is getting their cases out and getting them seen. So anytime you see the red alert or a red handprint on a flyer, that is an Indigenous person. Again, I please encourage everyone to share flyers. One of the things that I came up just this week that I thought I'd like to discuss is the fact that people who have substance abuse issues, or they have mental health issues, or their race, religion, whatever. A lot of people, there are people out there that are not kind when we post flyers. And I think that's just terrible to not be kind. I've had a couple cases just this week alone where people have posted some really nasty stuff. You know, the family members have seen them, and it just causes more heartache and hurt to them. I don't always will post about someone having a substance abuse problem unless, family is okay with it. But my whole thing is, it does not matter It does not matter if they're active in addiction. It does not matter if they're a past addict. It does not matter if they live transient and they're homeless. It does not matter what their race, religion, or any color. It doesn't matter. What matters is locating a missing persons. This is something I will not tolerate on my page. I know Ricky does not tolerate it on his page. I know missing persons alerts do not tolerate on their page. I know a lot of advocates do not tolerate on their page. It does not help find them. I will list if they're homeless, because it's very pertinent, but my whole thing is it doesn't matter. Just share the flyer. If you can't handle sharing a flyer because someone has a past addiction or they're homeless, a missing person site is probably not the place you should be. But you will get banned on my page. I banned a lot of people I have no tolerance for it. So I really feel sorry for the families that they have to go through that. But just know, if you guys see it on my page or on Ricky's page or Missing Alerts page, please let us know. We will have it removed. Don't feel like you guys have to handle all those issues on your own. That's what we're here for. Ricky, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I think you summed it up pretty good. It's not going to be tolerated on my page, your page, anybody's page, and it shouldn't be.
No.
We're here to get missing people found, and that's what the focus should be.
Right. Another thing I want to clarify about Ricky and I will not do a flyer unless there's a missing persons report. I know a lot of people
Definitely.
don't understand that, but it's official. If you have a missing persons report, it's official. It goes across the nation. Once they're putting that NCIC, it's official. It goes clear across the nation. Right. So if your loved one would be contacted by someone out of the jurisdiction of where they went missing, then they would know.
Mm-hmm.
It is sad about Colin Best, where he, was missing at the time that he was arrested, and they did not contact his loved one. That, is something that law enforcement is going to have to take care of. But it's really important because there have been cases where they found out later on law enforcement had contact with the individual, but they didn't know they were missing. Like, there was no official report. Right. So it's very important. One, not putting personal numbers on flyers. That's very dangerous. I have a case right now that their family is probably not in the greatest position because they were giving out their phone number, and people are being nasty and threatening and stuff. So you guys have to protect yourself out there, but get that missing persons report. Also, when someone comes back to me and tells me they're not missing, I had that this week, and I had to put out and show them on the KBI that, yes, they have an official missing persons report. They are missing. So that's kind of a protection for us as well, to not give out false information. And that's something I know Ricky and I definitely pride ourselves on, to not give out false information on missing persons.
Right.
So, Ricky, do you have anything else to say about that?
Yeah, if I could add a little bit to that. I did a flyer. I hadn't been doing Kansas missing events so very long, and I'd done a flyer for a missing person, and they told me a report had been filed and everything. And so I made the flyer and put it out there, and pretty soon I get contacted from the law enforcement agency in that jurisdiction, and they said, "Who told you a flyer was, or who told you a report was filed?" And I said, "Well, the family member did." And so, "We don't have a report of this person being missing on file." And I said, "Okay." And he explained to me that without a report being filed, for one, law enforcement doesn't realize that that person is missing and that they need to be looking for him. And he told me, secondly, that without that report filed, if they do find him, they're not able to detain him or anything along those lines to get him back home. So it's important to have that report filed. So I ultimately ended up pulling that flyer, letting the enforcement does want them to contact them to get that report made. And if I remember right, they did do that finally, and we were able to actually get a legit flyer out there. But yeah, it's crucial to get that filed, because like I said, without it, law enforcement doesn't know that they're missing, and they don't know to look for them. And like Tatum was saying, with that, they get it entered into NCIC, which is a national database, and every law enforcement agency in the country accesses that. So if they do run across them in another jurisdiction, they can look and say, "Oh, hey, they're missing." You know, which I ran into an opposite situation, like when this kid had went missing from Pittsburgh, Kansas, and a guy messaged me and said, "Hey, we found him, here in LA. He was sleeping on the steps of a church. He had been cited by police on several occasions for vagrancy for sleeping on the church steps. Never bothered to check to see if he was a missing person or not. Never bothered to check and see." So there's kind of the opposite. Sometimes police don't check, but they should.
Yeah.
Long story short, he was eventually reunited with his family, and last I knew, he wanted to go in the military, and we had followed that. So all's well that ended well on that. And I got photos of the kid holding the flyer up that I made for him and everything. So it was interesting.
Right. Yeah, it's a big deal. And if you guys have problems making missing persons reports, because I know sometimes it's not as easy as it probably should be, reach out to me or Ricky, and we'll help you work through that process. Again, I mean, we've talked about this on past podcasts. There is no waiting period anywhere across the nation. That is over. There's no waiting periods. You don't have to wait 24 hours. Most of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, they say report immediately. So there is no waiting period. I know a lot of law enforcement right now are trying to get all their officers up to date about the fact that they need to take those reports and get people their missing persons reports and get them in the NCIC. So that is something that I know some law enforcement are working on. I know as advocates, we talk about it a lot and talk with law enforcement and stuff like that as well to get that taken care of. Amber said it doesn't matter. It's someone's family. Do not discriminate. I love that. Very true. Do not discriminate. You do not want to be a family of a missing person or a loved one of a missing person. It's super hard.
What's bad is every now and then I still will run into a family member that has a missing person that will say, "Well, try to file a report, but they said I had to wait." And say, "No, you don't."
Right.
They need to do that ASAP. That is statute that they need to do that. You can't just no.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's an adult or what. Sometimes they'll try to use that as an out. Oh, they're an adult; they can be missing if they want to, which technically is true. But they still have to file a report. They still have to make contact with them. And the only thing about it is if they're an adult and they don't want their location known, law enforcement doesn't have to divulge that. They say, "Well, we checked. We visited with them. They're fine, but they don't want their location known," and that's all I got.
Right.
It's sad because then that still leaves the family member wondering about their family member, but that's the way the law is, unfortunately.
Right. Okay. Hang on 1 minute. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize because I think there's someone here at my house. So give me just a second. My neighbors are having a birthday party next door, so I don't know if it's one of their people, but I apologize for my dogs that are barking downstairs. All right.
Sounds like the other one's starting now.
I give up. All right. Anyways, the other thing I was going to tell you guys, I've been slowly working on some resources and stuff on Guardian. Also trying to work on some stuff for KMU. So we've been busy doing that stuff, but I have posted some stuff, working on some statutes and stuff to get up for you guys as well. Oh, Lord, I'm so sorry. Okay. This next one. This is an older case that I had a family reach out to me and asked me to do a flyer. This is Andrea Jerry White. She is missing out of Humboldt, California on July 31st of 1991. She was 22 years old at the time of her disappearance. She is now 54, 5 foot, 115 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She does have a 5-inch scar on her left side of her temple. Her nickname is Chick. Andrea was last seen wearing a black leather jacket, white shirt, Levi jeans, and possible sneakers. She was carrying a black and white duffel bag with a purple shirt, black sweater, black spandex tights with lace on the ankle, and black satin pumps. It is not known if she had an ID on her and she didn't have a purse at her time. Andrea was last seen in Blue Lake, California at 1:30 p.m. on July 31st, 1991. She had been to court hearing in Eureka, California, and she was hitchhiking back to Hoopa, California, where she was living. She was last seen on Highway 299, just east of the Blue Lake exit. It is not confirmed that she may have gotten a ride in a green and white 4-door Chevy Impala with snow or mud tires. If you have any information regarding Andrea's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call Humboldt County, California Sheriff's Department at 707-445-7439 or 707-445-7251. Her case number is 199104746. She is in NamUs MP33197. And I will be updating her flyer because I forgot to put the red handprints. She is indigenous. So I did forget to put that on there. So I apologize for that. I'm not for sure if her family is watching. They were going to, so I'm not for sure if they're watching or not, but I will get that updated. So I apologize for that. And I apologize for all the craziness that's going on right now. And then Amber says, but there's human trafficking case adults. That's true. That's true. There's adults don't choose to go visit. There are tons of human trafficking cases out there.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I just was watching Sheriff Grady Judd when his press conference is trafficking sting down there in Polk County, Florida. Made over 200 arrests, and some of the victims the trafficking victims they recovered were being smuggled in from out of the country and being made, being forced into doing that to pay the smugglers back for bringing them to the country. So they're even bringing them in from out of the country to traffic them here.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
and they were adult women.
Yep. But that doesn't mean that males can't be trafficked either. There are males that are being trafficked. There are boys being trafficked. Yeah, there's.
I like Sheriff Judd. Boy, I tell you what, you want a transparent law enforcement officer. He is transparent as you can get for being a sheriff, and I love it. We need more sheriffs and police chiefs like him. We really, really do. Just go to YouTube and Google Sheriff Grady Judd and watch some of his news conferences. I'm not kidding.
All right. Do you want to do Andrea Nabel?
Yeah. See, Andrea Michelle Nabel, missing from Louisville, Kentucky since August 13th, 2019. She was 37 when she went missing. She's now 41. She's 5'7", 180 pounds, brown hair, hazel eyes, light color top, white cotton shorts, and Nike tennis shoes, size 8.5. She was carrying a flat white purse she kept in her back pocket and her cell phone. She was last seen on foot in the area of the 4000 block of Fincastle Road in Louisville at 1 o'clock in the morning. It has been said that she was heading to her mother's house. Andrea has had no contact with loved ones or activity on any of her social media, which is out of the ordinary. Andrea's phone or her flat purse have not been found. If you have any information regarding Andrea's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Louisville, Kentucky Police Department at 505-574-7111 or TLPI Investigations at 502-427-1010. And case number is 80-19-060-574. And she's on NamUs MP60009. So see if we can't get some going and help figure out where she's at.
If you'd like to know more about Andrea's case, I will tell you a little bit more about her case. Andrea was a missing persons advocate at the time of her disappearance. If you want to hear more about her case, it's Finding Andrea, I believe. It is out on Discovery Plus. That gives a lot of information about her disappearance and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. I've watched it probably twice. But yeah, she was a missing persons advocate, and she did go missing. So it's a pretty interesting case for what I know and what I've seen. So if you want to know more about that, and then she's got some pages set up for her as well.
So she was a missing persons advocate?
She was. She was a missing persons advocate for Missing in America, I think is the group. However, I believe that group is no longer. I think after Andrea went missing, they kind of shut that group down for a while. And it was a group of 4 women, I believe. Well, and then plus Andrea, that would make 5, I think. Yeah. So it's a pretty interesting case. I encourage people to go out and look at that. Okay. Do you want to do the next one?
Yep, I can do that one. I hope I don't butcher this name too bad. If I do, please forgive me. It looks like Anselma Chazal Velasquez. I hope I said that right. If not, please forgive me. This she's 17. She's 5'4", 100 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Anselma's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Huron, South Dakota Police Department at 605-353-8550 and see if we can't help get her located and back to where she needs to be.
Okay. This next case is out of South Dakota. This is Jonathan Caleb Christensen, missing out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota on March 1st, 2019. He was 31 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 35. He's 6 foot tall, 150 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. Jonathan is a transit, and he last spoke with his loved ones on March 2019. He was last known to be traveling between the West Coast and the Upper Midwest. He was last seen in the Sioux Falls in Brooklands area in South Dakota. If you have any information regarding Jonathan's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Sioux Falls, South Dakota Police Department at 605-367-7000 or 605-367-7212. Case number is 2126468. And hopefully we can get some information and get him located. Okay. This next case is out of Bullhead, Arizona. This is JC Lynn Benson Perez. She's 36 years old, 5'4", 200 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She does have her nose pierced. She has multiple tattoos. Her forearm has a Mario Brothers mushroom, a black spade on her calf, and colored flowers on the back of her neck. She does have a birthmark on the back of her leg. JC had been seen in Utah in October and had left with a man named Tommy to Dolan Springs, but she had moved the first part of December to live in a shelter in Bullhead, Arizona. On January 13th, 2023, she was in a vehicle with other individuals who had been pulled over by law enforcement, and a couple of those individuals were arrested. Law enforcement indicated to the family these individuals are not good people to be associated with. This is the last time that JC had been seen physically. JC's family last heard from her on December 31st of 2022. She has not looked at any of her message or social media or called anybody since that date. JC could still be in the Bullhead, Arizona area, Utah, and other areas that had previously been locations that she was last known to be. If you have any information regarding JC's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Bullhead, Arizona Police Department at 928-201-7239. Her case number is 23-04553. And hopefully someone will come forward and let us know what is going on with her. I am going to post some of these comments that Missing Person Alerts had. This is some stuff that she has researched and looked at. Give you guys some information. All right. This next case is a case we covered before. I had just checked in with law enforcement to see if he has been located. This is Michael Lara. He is missing out of Duluth, Minnesota on December 9th, 2022. He was 39 years old, 5'10", 180 pounds, brown hair, but he is bald on top, and brown eyes. He does have a tattoo on his neck that says Rachel Lara. He does usually keep his head shaved bald like that. Michael was recently diagnosed with schizophrenia late onset. He had taken his white truck and headed to Canada, but was stopped and questioned at the border. He ditched his truck, threw his keys and his cell phone in the woods. Police were able to get him and take him to the hospital in Grand Marais, Minnesota. However, he took off on foot with no shoes. He has been seen in Toft, Minnesota, and had broken into a cabin, which law enforcement does have a warrant for his arrest. Police have searched some of the woods and other cabins in the area, but have been unsuccessful locating Michael. Michael has not been on social media for years. Loved ones are concerned for his safety and well-being due to the area had received, at that time, 3 foot of snow where he disappeared. It is unknown if he is wearing his work safety coat, which is pictured there below. He does have medication he is prescribed, but does not have it with him. It is unknown if he has his wallet or his ID on him. If you have any information regarding Michael's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call 911 or the St. Louis County, Minnesota Sheriff at 218-730-5400 or Cook County, Minnesota Sheriff at 218-387-3030. His case number is 2217-6607. I know that they have been looking for him and have had no luck finding him. So if you're up in that area or anything, or you know his whereabouts, please let law enforcement know. And I am going to go ahead and play the located safe route for you guys. Yeah, I can't get enough of the located safes. Those definitely brighten my day when I've had a rough week. So hopefully one day everybody that we have covered will be on that rail. All right, so we just have a few more cases. These are a couple that I came across or someone reached out to me. This is Seth Davison. He is missing out of Poplar Bluff, Missouri on January 13th, 2023. He's 14 years old, 5 foot, 95 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Seth's disappearance or know his whereabouts, please call the Poplar Bluff, Missouri Police Department at 573-785-5776 or the Missouri State Highway Patrol Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 866-362-6422. NCMEC at 800-843-5678. His NCMEC number is 1470530. And he is one that I believe someone had sent out on social media that they were really shocked on why his case has not been out until recently when he's been missing for so long. And Amber wants to know, is there any way to share the video only? Are you talking about the located safe? To just share that video? I can. I can share it out on the page and stuff. I do have the ability to do that. And the next one, I know you guys are going to notice that I have 3 Seths tonight in the show. So this is Seth Long, missing out of Waynesville, Missouri, November 27th of 2022. He's 15 years old, 5 foot 8, 130 pounds, blonde hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a green sweater or gray sweatpants. If you have any information regarding Seth's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Waynesville, Missouri Police Department at 573-774-2414 or the Missouri Highway Patrol Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 866-362-6422. NCMEC at 800-843-5678. His NCMEC number is 1467077. And hopefully we can get him located and back to where he is supposed to be. Amber said, yes, please, it gives hope. Okay, I will try to do that after the show for you guys. I know I posted a whole bunch of located safes earlier today as well. They're not in the video, it's just their flyers, but I can post this as well. All right, the next one is another Seth out of Missouri. This is Seth Basin. He went missing on November 8th, 2022. He's 15 years old, 6 foot, 130 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Seth's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the St. Louis Metropolitan Missouri Police Department at 314-231-1212 or the Missouri State Highway Patrol Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 866-362-6422. And I believe St. Louis is where they have their major missing persons unit is out of St. Louis, Missouri. All right, so I have one more case. If there are any cases that you guys would like us to cover, please feel free to reach out to us, send us a message, and we will get those covered as well. So this is another case that I ran across. This is Tahi Nayla Shepard, and I apologize if I did not say his name correctly. He's missing out of Seattle, Washington, January 3rd of 2023. He's 25 years old, 5 foot 10, 160 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. His black hair is actually shoulder length the last time that he was seen. He does have a nose ring and he does go by the name David. He does have multiple tattoos. As you can see, that large chest tattoo of a buffalo skull and roses. He does have a ram skull on the top of his left hand, a hummingbird on his right arm, and other multiple tattoos on his arms and fingers. And you can kind of see some of them there in that picture. Tahi does wear a face bag and a black baseball cap backwards frequently. He has been seen in various locations in Seattle and Everett, Washington, but he could be in the Talapi area. He could be living homeless. If you have any information regarding Tahi's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call 911 or the Seattle, Washington Police Department at 206-684-5426 or WSP Missing Persons Unit at 800-543-5678. His case number is 2023-037121. I know that his family is very concerned for his safety and are hoping to get him located and back home to where he needs to be. They are not sure whether or not he is living homeless or not, but that is a concern that he could be living on the streets. So hopefully he will get located and get back to where he needs to be. So, yeah. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot. Do you, Ricky?
No, just been a busy day. I had to work today. It was supposed to be my day off. I had to rearrange my schedule for doctor's appointment for my daughter, and so I ended up having to work today. But just please share the shows and share the flyers, and let everybody know we're out here and what we're doing and trying to do the best we can to help the best we can. I mean, it's about all I can ask right now.
Yeah. I can't say enough for all the advocates that are out there, the families that share. We have so many families right now that share not only their case, but other loved ones' case. So I'm really glad to see the support between the families and everything. And it's been kind of a crazy, busy week. A lot of stuff going on with some of the cases and stuff, and trying to keep up on the located and getting some of these flyers that haven't been seen for a while, get them reshared and recirculated. I did share some of Ricky's flyers out on Guardian as well, and I noticed he's got some more that I need to get shared back over there as well. But still possibly thinking about doing another podcast during the week. I just haven't got it done yet. Trying to do some of these other projects that I got going on. So currently I'm working on, I believe it's Washington, maybe. They just, they had signed back in July a bill for Indigenous missing, and it just came in effect the first of the year. So I'm trying to get that put all together so I can get it posted out on the website and everything for everybody. So it's been busy trying to keep up with everything. So other than that, I don't have a whole lot. I'll keep posting flyers. Please share the flyers. Hopefully these two Amber Alerts, they'll get located. A 3-year-old missing is pretty scary, especially when we don't know who took him or if they knew that he was in the car, and hopefully they'll just drop him off somewhere safe.
Let's hope so.
To get him located, because you never know when people get desperate. So
yeah.
But other than that, I just again want to say thank you to Allison with Missing Persons Alert. She's been a huge support. She's doing a lot of reels and videos. She's getting pretty good at that. Getting those shared around, which I think is good because some people like Amber has suggested. Some people like to see the videos of the reels. It brings hope and, can spread more awareness. So I appreciate both of you guys. Amber shares a lot, when she's not on Facebook jail. Sorry, Amber. But yeah, I'm thankful today. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long week, but and she said, sharing the 3-year-old as we speak. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. Hopefully Blake will get found. Like I said, it's scary out there. So, I mean, I highly encourage if you have children, it's so hard to keep watch on them all the times. But I mean, my prayers go out to the family of Blake. Hopefully it can get resolved here pretty soon and he'll be home safe. So, Ricky,
Right.
do you want to send us out with a prayer and
Sure.
go from there?
Sure. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together tonight to go over these cases and bring some of these folks home safely and, bring some relief and closure to the families, knowing that their loved ones are okay, hopefully. Um, I always say, I just pray that these flyers reach the right ears and the right hearts and they'll do the right things and make those phone calls. I just pray that happens. Until we see each other again next week, everybody stay healthy, stay safe. See you next week, and amen.
Amen. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Sorry it was a little hectic, and I'll have to tell my neighbors they can't have people over on Thursday nights. So you guys all have a great night.